Welcome back, awesome action toy fans and subscribers. We are Monday, September the 29th, 2025. Tomorrow I'm flying off to Singapore, yay, for 4 or 5 days. That should be quite nice. But I am still doing reviews the day before I go. Might even do some in the morning tomorrow if I've got anything new to review. Okay, so we're looking at this Marvel Legends series, which is a bit confusing because they're smaller scale as Marvel Legends series. Mojo. Marvel's Mojo, which I'm assuming is the 112 scale, because Marvel Legends are, and Marvel Legends series were smaller, but now it seems to be the bigger. What's that switch for? Shows me my ignorance of Mojo. I don't remember the switch when I read the stories of him many years ago. Tall, so he's 8.95 inches tall, apparently to the top of whatever that is, 22.8 cm. I didn't buy it because I'm a fan of the character or the storylines. I'm thinking it's got potential for maybe doing some customs. And I don't mean the actual figure, the base and the sort of scorpion sting thing. Looks pretty good on the box, though that's not really my cup of tea. I'm going to open up, give it a review, and see if I think I can do anything with it. And if so, whether I think I'll get another one. So I've seen them open loose quite cheap here in China. Okay, so let me unbox and set it up. I'll be back in an instant. Stay tuned. So here he is. Does look pretty good, actually. I do actually quite like that. Now, I've not put him together properly, so I've not stuck him onto his base, and I've not pushed everything too tight. I think it looks pretty cool. Paintwork will really make that pop. There is some disappointment, you know. The scorpion tail, whatever thing here, is not articulated. The top is, the stinger part, the gun part, whatever, that's pretty cool. And the legs can't support the weight. However, it's got these three clear plastic, I'm going to call them nodes, for want of use of a better word, underneath, which we'll look at when we do the close look at a bit later, which works quite well in supporting his weight and making it look like the legs are supporting his weight. Legs are articulated, the hands on the little grippers aren't. Quite nice for the price. I think it's a great buy for the price. Can I do customs with it for 118? It's a bit big. I will look at that in a little while and see what I think. But again, this is something that I'll do in like 30 years' time or 20 years' time when I've retired, and I'm going to potter around in my house, wherever that is going to be, and fill my time with toy stuff. Anyway, I'm waffling on. Accessories, other than what you see here, comes this little turned head here with the closed mouth. And 2 4-fingered hands, alternative, so we get the pointing right and a gripping left. But I don't remember the pegs being so small on other Marvel Legends. I thought they were slightly bigger. Maybe that's just me remembering wrongly. Okay, close look. I'll take these out of his arms and I'll take him off. So here's him there, not sort of in properly as you can tell. His belly button's on this side, isn't it? Should be over there. Okay. Quite, yeah, nasty looking. The coloration of this pink on the green does add quite a lot to it, and also you can see on the shoulders as well. That just needs inking on the back there, but pretty cool. The back, the underneath, sorry, is a smooth part. And you've got one peg for the, one hole for the base, and another bigger hole for the base as well. So when he's on there, you can't really twist. That's in, and another one for the front as well. Since we've got him in hand, let's do articulation here. So his head, he has got a left and right. He has got sort of a forwards backwards. Body can turn. There is, he says, if I got it in properly, a small bit of movement forwards, backwards, and side to side. Well, that's a bit squidgy. That's quite funky, that is. Shoulders will be all the way around. Not got the pipes on, which I took off. Lateral raises over 90. It's got a double elbow joint, so in theory, if that other part will articulate, which is so stiff, give me a second. Oh, there we go. If the other part articulates, which he does now, he gets super, super tight. There's a bicep swivel in the hand. He's got wave articulation in this hand. Same on the other side, and hand again is wave articulation. And on both the spare hands, it's also wave articulation. You can see the great big pin that goes into the torso from here, which obviously I didn't push him properly. Okay, the base, what I bought it for, I think there is potential for 118. The issue really is what to do with this part here, I think. So let's bring for the close look. You see these little clear plastic, or maybe they are lights, but that's not a switch. They're like bloody LED lights in there. I have no idea if it takes batteries, no that I can see. From 2022. Do these pop out or screw out? That turns, but I can't see anything. They do look like LEDs anyway. Pretty cool, they work quite well, give the appearance of the legs supporting the weight. Again, there's a lot of painting going on. It'll look really, really nice. Just that flat, nothing surface here is not great. I would be tempted to try and pop that up and see what's underneath. I'll take the back off for that. So in terms of articulation, top to bottom, the head or the stinger or the whatever does have a little ball joint, so it does move all ways and it does turn. Then you can see you've got shoulder joint, bicep joint, and you've got like a hand joint. Same, you've got shoulder or hip, knee and ankle and all the legs too. And you can twist these round, so you can go forwards, backwards, or you can go up and down. So it's got good articulation, just that these joints can't hold weight. But you know what? That's what these are for here. So it's pretty cool. Okay, I'm not doing a proper review for a Marvel, so I'm going to think about using it for something else. Or a proper 112 scale. Let's see how it's going to scale. In fact, I will put his body back on quickly. Let me see how he scales with some other figures, and then I'll take his body off again and see how that's going to... the base is going to work. Okay, I won't prop him onto the base properly. I'll just rest him on it. Like thus. Okay, so let's do a bit of size first because he's a big boy. The top is going to be the back of the actual, whatever that's called. That is looking at just under 9¼ inches, around about 23 cm. Width as he is here is looking at about 11¼ around 11¼ inches, 29 cm. And then I guess I can do depth as well. A bit awkward if I go to his hands, and from here we're looking at about 9½, about 24 cm. So it's a big thing. It's not small. A lot of shelf presence if you're into your 112 scale. If I grab my I've got his name because of X though. Bath here, you can see how he compares with the Bath. And you see that obviously they're the same scale, compares very, very nicely. Take him away. If I get my beloved 118 scale, I will use for this. Let me get the right Acid Rainwell Narinu Sentinel is one of my favourite figures. This one's got a Fortnite, I think it's Fade head on. You can see how they scales 118 is absolutely massive. Now, I'm thinking 118. You could use them like this, I guess, but I'm thinking using that in 118 somehow. So if I stand him on there, that is actually a really good fit. You see that he's a bit bulky, but a narrow figure will actually fit shoulders. He's actually fitting their shoulders into there. So now I've got to think is what can I build up around it? You know, and now, you know, whether you've got to get some curved plastic, if you've got to find a bottle that exact same size and cut the plastic with the same curve, you know, you're halfway there already. Or even do it in card, you can stick in, put some greebles in it and whatnot, paint it up, paint the whole thing, and that look pretty damn good as some sort of chariot of sorts, for some sort of nightmare leader or something. I think that's got potential. So I think that's a pretty good buy. When I get another one, I've seen another one sort of, how much was it? I think it was about £10. This one's about £12, or thereabouts. So, you know, I might consider it, you know, but until I know what I'm doing with this one, in terms of customizing and whatnot, I don't see the point actually doing that. I think that's a pretty good buy. Okay, this is Awesome Action Toys. I'm signing out, saying please like, share, subscribe, check out the Patreon. I will see you in another video very, very soon. Stay happy, keep collecting. Bye-bye.